Hey guys, how you doing? I want to welcome you back. This is week 3 of our mentorship program, and I want to bring up another topic that we've talked about before. It's been a really long time though, probably 6 to 8 months since we've talked about leaving a legacy, creating a lasting impact, and how to get there. Now, initially when we're starting out our business, we don't have that vision for leaving a legacy. We don't have that grandiose purpose that comes with time when we see success, and then when we see duplicity and we're like, holy cow, we could really scale this thing to leave a legacy and create a lasting impact. But why we bring that up now is in follow-up from last week, which was defining your purpose and figuring out why you are here. That's week 2 of your mentorship program. Where we go from there is that purpose is what fuels your fire each and every single day. It helps you and causes you to leap out of bed every single morning and your feet hit the ground running. And that's why we're talking about it now, is leaving a legacy and creating a lasting impact is my true purpose. Leaving a legacy in fitness and nutrition so that I can be the best father that I can possibly be. And along with that comes time freedom. If I don't have the time freedom to attend my daughter's events or be an active participant in her life, then I really have no purpose. But as a social entrepreneur, this really up and coming term in the industry, as a social entrepreneur, what can we give to the world while also earning an income? And that comes back to purpose as well. So leaving a legacy, creating a lasting impact. But how do we get there? Well, first you want to find your tribe. Who is your ideal client? Finding your tribe is like gathering up like all of those chess pieces that are exactly alike. Like if I choose a pawn, I'm going to find 10 more pawns, and that's my tribe. We have a client here in person that comes weekly who is all about finding her tribe. Her tribe is 6 and 7 figure female earners who are entrepreneurs who need a marketing strategy. I was just talking to her the other day. I think she has 10 clients on board right now, and she charges $5,000 a month. That's finding your tribe. Finding your tribe could include high school athletes. My ideal client is 25 to 40-year-old women who have a history of trauma that want to become stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally, because we just gravitate to each other and we connect, and by using the laws of attraction, we are just going to find more people like that. Like attracts like. Every single time that snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we can push the ball further and farther down the field towards leaving a legacy and creating a lasting impact. One key component to finding your tribe, to creating a lasting impact, is to stick and stay. That means like through all thick and thin, you do not give up. If this truly is your passion and what you are meant to do, then you won't quit. Because you have this burning desire, because you have such a strong purpose in your soul that you can make an impact in this world. Whether that's 5 people the first year, 10 people the first year, or 30 people the first year that you create a business, it is your purpose that fuels the fire for lasting impact, creating a lasting impact in this society that we have right now, where Americans have an obesity epidemic. That's just absolutely wild. However, we're not talking about that today. Actually, I could probably talk about that today. And the reason why I wanted to start this Facebook Live today and then later on post it to YouTube is because I was reminded of our conversation 6 to 8 months ago after speaking to a former client, actually. I'll get to the story here in a second. So, stick and stay. And why we want to talk about that today is because of this phrase that I've used in business for a little while. It could also be translated to your personal relationships too, is you cannot say the right thing to the wrong person, and you also can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So if you're sitting there in the consultation and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't feel like I can say the right thing to this person to help them get out of their own way so that they get fitness and nutrition in their life, well then that person's not part of your tribe. They're probably not attracted to your story, or it doesn't have an impact in their world. They just can't relate. And that's why the ideal client is so important, so that we don't have to ad nauseum, give them all the reasons why they should be starting a fitness program right now, today, that's not being able to say the right thing to the wrong person. It's not the right time for them. They came in with a fixed mindset. They'll never be able to reach their goals. I don't know if I trust myself to be held accountable, self-accountability, or even allowing somebody else to hold me accountable at this time. And that's why we use the 5 levels of leadership. That's later on. Position, and then permission. Those are the 2 steps in the consultation process that we're talking about when it comes to your tribe, your ideal client, and not saying the wrong thing to the right person. If my ideal client comes into the studio like this morning, oh shoot, I actually double booked this morning. 6 a.m. I had small group training with 2 guys in it, and then an accidental consultation comes in at 6 a.m. because I thought she was at 6 p.m. She thought she was at 6 a.m. It's like, these are the things of nightmares when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh my gosh, is my schedule correct? Well, later on, week 6 or week 7, we talk about how to set yourself up for success. Anyways, we'll get there. But I got double booked, but this woman is our exact ideal client, and there's nothing that I could say that was going to dissuade her from being enthusiastic and being engaged and believing that we are the answer for her solution right now. We are the solution to her problem, which brings us to pain points, and that's why we're talking about that in the mentorship program this week. The things that we create, our branding, our website, our ideal client, the message that we have for our ideal client helps us set the client up for success before they even walk in the door. You know, I'll follow up, and we rescheduled the consultation for tomorrow morning because I do want to spend that hour with her and get the body composition and circumference and body weight and strength assessments done so that she can have value out of that hour. We need to create this buying environment, not a selling environment, but a buying environment by building so much value into the consultation process that they absolutely just cannot say no if they're our ideal client. So the reason why I'm bringing up this whole entire conversation now, because it seems like I'm just dumping all this information on you, and I'm sorry, but I'm super excited to follow up with a former client. She came to me and she said, Dave, I want to feel better. I want to get off medication. I want to show up on stage. She's a speaker. I want to show up on stage my best. Well, over the course of time, she didn't see any body weight changes whatsoever. Not a single pound lost. However, she got a waist. She lost her double chin. She got off the medications that she was seeking to get off of. And guess what? 6 or 8 months later, I followed up with her in person here. Her daughter, who still lives at home, lost 100 pounds in 8 months. And we weren't even training her daughter. But what we were doing is we were creating lifestyle change in the mother, who is the matriarch of the family, the leader in the family. There is no doubt about that. What we created was lifestyle change that trickled down to the 2nd generation. And that's why we're talking about leaving a legacy and creating a lasting impact in our businesses right now, because your first client could go out and impact 15 lives this year. You have absolutely no idea what this person can do with their external change and their internal change to inspire and impact other people's lives that you don't even have the opportunity to work with. Their family sees them on social media and they're like, oh my gosh, you have lost so much weight, you look amazing, what are you doing? And then they talk about it, and then we can serve them through online training, and then we can leave a legacy and create a lasting impact in this world. So the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because I reached out to a former client. She says, I'm at this point. Well, a couple days later I said, well, where is your daughter at right now? Because I want to know, I want to follow up on that. I didn't hear from him for a few days, but last week, the daughter reached out to me personally, and she said, thank you for everything you've done. I sat with her for one consultation one time, and she couldn't buy anything from us, but that's okay. Because one thing that I said in that consultation, I don't know what it was, because when you find your tribe and your ideal client, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And there must have been something in that consultation process that led her down that path to make amazing changes in her body, in her overall health, in her goals, reaching that 100-pound mark, oh my gosh, in like 8 or 9 months. That is why we're doing what we're doing. And it comes from the purpose that we choose to have, that fuels our fire, that helps us leap out of bed every single morning so that we can race off to work. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry that was a little bit long-winded, but I got some good news, and I was passionate about sharing that with you guys as it relates to week 2 and week 3 of your mentorship program. So jump on the call tomorrow with me at 1:30. You have the details if you're on the email list. Again, this is Dave Glaser with Fit Life Champions in Denver, Colorado. I really appreciate your time. I will talk to you tomorrow.